awards tonight for the 8th grade graduating class. In years past, we did the ceremony with a dinner and a awards ceremony, and it got to be lengthy. So this year we separated and had the dinner dance and had this as a separate recognition for the students. We have quite a few awards tonight. We have many people who will be coming out of the audience to present awards. This is a formal evening, but we're going to make it a little bit informal in the sense that people will be walking on stage and off stage for the awards. These are major 8th grade awards. We do have some team awards, which both 8th grade teams, 8 yellow and 8 blue, will present to their teams sometime between now and the end of the year in the private team ceremony. But tonight we honor and look at all the graduating class for all the major awards. We have created some new ones this year, and the students that are getting these awards should be held in high esteem, and we're very proud of them in Long River, and I'm sure the parents that are in attendance tonight will be very proud of these students. First of all, there's two things that we should look at when we're dealing with awards. First of all, the word achievement. The word achievement deals with success. Success at the end of a path or at the end of a road or at the end of a segment of time. And we're going to be dealing with that tonight because many people, many students in the audience tonight are getting awards that deal with achievement. Also, achievement deals with hard work and effort. And in order to get to the end of the road, or to get to the end of that period of time when you're successful, it deals with hard work and effort. The second thing that we're looking at tonight when we recognize these students is effort, is just plain old recognition. Recognition deals with a little bit different. It deals with accomplishment. It deals with the identification of accomplishment. You want something and you actually go out there and achieve it. I know some students who were at a school who stayed on that baseball team, sat the bench for 3 years because the 8th graders got awards. And when they went out in 6th grade, they wanted to get an award like the 8th graders. They played in practice, they went there for practice, went there for game. They weren't good enough to get in the starting lineup and really play. But because of the accomplishment that they made, the effort that they put in, the dedication that they put in, when they were 8th graders, they got their baseball trophy. And that's an example of what I'm talking about tonight, that we're going to recognize all types of students with all types of abilities for all kinds of different things. So, before we do that, I'd like to recognize a couple people in the audience who are in attendance tonight. Mr. Stan Pilot, Chairman of the Board of Education, who just snuck in. Recognize Dr. Alina, who has the front row seat in the back of the bleachers. At this time, I'd like to turn the program over to Ms. Frosty, who is the 8th grade advisor and in charge of the awards. Thank you.
Mr. Ross wanted me to make you aware of the fact that you can come up and take pictures at any time right up front at the bottom of the stairs. Good evening. I'm glad you all will be in attendance. I'm going to be playing MC this evening, and to start, I'd like to ask Mrs. McCurdy to come on up and do her Student Council Awards, and she is ready. I think she's going to be for a very important meeting in a short little while. Ready?
Everyone, it's good to see you all. I'd like to recognize 5 outstanding students tonight. I know that we're going to recognize a number of students for tremendous academic achievement. In addition to that achievement, these 5 students have also led the student body to do a number of outstanding activities and frankly to do more activities than our student council has ever done. So I'd like to start off just by calling the five of them up here. May I ask Lisa Nagy, President, to come up, please? Dr. Roberts, Vice President. Then I'd like the three chairs of the Super Dance, who also happen to do a myriad of other activities, to come up, please. Laura Signori.
These are the three class officers representing the 8th grade. Starting on your left, we have Rebecca Lucier, Jeff Derrick, and Bob Kelly. Okay, at this time I'm going to ask Mrs. Snell to come up and assist me to read off some awards, and Mr. Nuzzo and Mr. Ross to present. Our first award is going to the student who did an outstanding job on their oration. They won the oratorical contest, which is sponsored by the American Legion of Prospect. This time I'd like to ask Rachel Pestic to come up and
This time I would like to introduce the winners of our Long River Middle School Athletic Awards. There are two, one for a male and one for a female student, and this award is to recognize the two people that best demonstrate superior athletic ability and excel in team and individual activities. The two winners of these awards go to Jeff Derrick and Chrissy Sullivan.
is an award that is based on academic achievement in history and the practice of principles of democracy in a student's daily life. And this is the Joseph Montagno History Award. And this goes out to a boy and a girl in the 8th grade. And I'd like to ask Josh Georgette and Michelle Gunhouse.
Our next award also has two recipients, a boy and a girl. It's called the William J. Shaver Memorial. Region 16 Teachers Association, two students, not outstanding academically, but through positive attitude are an asset to the school. An all-around nice kid, good disposition, very friendly. And these awards go to Angela Scampolino and John Myrina.
Award is called the Lady Fenwick Chapter Award. And this goes out to a student who shows good citizenship, honesty, high principles, trustworthiness, leadership, and patriotism. And faculty voted on Rebecca Lucier for this award.
Our next award is the Fleet Bank of Prospect Award. It's an award for academic achievement in grades 7 and 8, and it's been my pleasure to have her in my class this year as a member of 8 Yellow, Megan Brennan.
Okay, this next award is for a Beacon Falls student, and this is a student who is excelling in industrial arts. And this is the Chief Joseph Sedona Memorial Scholarship that is sponsored by the Beacon Hose Company. Again, I'd like to have Megan Brennan come up and accept this award.
The award is the Jimmy Smith Memorial Award. This award recognizes the student most outstanding in math, and this year that award goes to Rebecca Lucier.
award is called the Wilbur Wheeler Memorial. And this award is for the student in 8th grade who is most outstanding in English. And I have been pleased with this student in English this year. And again, this goes out to Megan Brennan.
The Women's Club Award. This award represents someone who is most academically improved during grades 7 and 8. A boy and a girl each received this award, and our two winners this year are Eric Thorpe and Alice Slater.
Who has achieved the highest average in mathematics. And this year, actually, there were two students, a boy and a girl, who have achieved this goal. And this is sponsored by the Republican Town Committee in memory of Jerry Rayo. And the two students I would like to call up at this time are Robert Osdelli and Rebecca Farina.
Our next award is the Long River Middle School English Award. This goes to the student with the highest average in English, and that award this year goes to Kelly Welch.
Who has attained the highest average in science. And this is sponsored by the Boardman Foundation in memory of Dr. Irene Boardman. And I'd like to ask Rebecca Farina to come up and receive this award.
This next award is called the LRMS Faculty Citizenship Award. It's for a student who works hard to maintain good grades, respects the rules set forth by the school, and sets a good example for other students, volunteers, and activities. Students represent and actually respect his or her judgment and advice. They seem solid and dependable and always try to do his or her best. And that award this year goes to Dana Goodman.
Award goes to two students, a boy and a girl, who show good citizenship. They're students who work hard to maintain good grades, respect rules, and they set good examples. And this is sponsored by Michael Jewelers. And I'd like to ask Nate Parker and Tabitha Skelton to come up.
This evening goes to a student from Prospect, boy or girl. It's called the Donald W. Bernard Jr. Memorial Scholarship. And this award represents a student who has generally contributed humanitarily to our society of his school. And this award goes to Charlene Djinsky.
Okay, this next award is called the Walter J. Bracken Memorial Technology Leadership Scholarship. And this goes out to two students, a boy and a girl. And this award is for the Technology Leadership Scholarship that is awarded for a student who possesses a strong level of interest and knowledge and also demonstrates a willingness to share their knowledge for the benefit of others in technology. I'd like to ask Randy Marcusio and Steve Zyga to come up and speak.
Faculty Leadership Award, and this award is also given to a boy and a girl. It's awarded to students who have consistently demonstrated leadership through a positive attitude and example by contributing and implementing ideas that improve our school, and by demonstrating leadership in the classroom and in school activities. And I would like to have Tim Cronin and Tasha Jones.
Is sponsored by the Beacon Falls American Legion, and this is an award that exemplifies and practices, for a student who exemplifies and practices good Americanism. And this goes out to a Beacon Falls student, actually a boy Beacon Falls student and a girl Beacon Falls student. And this goes to Adam Skibek and Kylie. I'd like to introduce Shauna Finley, and she is going to be giving this award. And this award goes to both a boy and a girl from Prospect who are willingly volunteer their services to the school and the community. And I'd like to ask Mike Valenti and Lisa Davey to come.
I have a few awards to present. The first one I'm going to present is one of the larger scholarship awards. They asked me to present to you a Rev James Day Scholarship. It is a grant for $500 awarded to the student in the parish going to a Catholic high school. It is based on academic and community involvement. This fund is established in the honor of Rev James Day, former pastor of St. Anthony's Church from 1959 to 1989. The award winner for 1999 is Jessica Mealy. Okay, at this time I'd like to honor two students in the 8th grade who will receive tonight the Principal's Most Improved Student Award. It's actually the second time we've given this. We gave it 2 years ago when I was here, and we started the award again. This year there isn't one, but there's two students who over the course of their time at Long River, whether it be short or long, have improved such a great deal for us. The first most improved student in 8th grade principal award goes to Bobby Martin. And another student in the 8th grade that has just improved tremendously. There's not enough words to describe this young man. He's on the basketball team. He just improved so much, it's just amazing. And I know his mother is proud tonight. She's worked hard with him. His teachers have worked hard with him. Mr. Ridley, come on up here. The next two awards are for a boy and a girl who exhibit leadership in the 8th grade and all the time at Long River. These awards will be distributed by a monetary award and also a plaque. This year, the Connecticut Association of Schools have furnished us with plaques from students who show leadership, who show an example of a role model. And I'm going to introduce them individually so I can say a little bit about each one. The first one is a girl who I can't say enough about. It's just tremendous. She doesn't even know who she is. She puts up with me. She takes care of my birthdays. She's in charge of the room where all the kids do the announcements. She's the leader of the pack in there, believe me. And she's seen me in a number of different moods in the morning, trying to get this place running. And she's put up with me. And I can't say enough about this girl. If I had a daughter, this one would be like this one, I hope. Laura Signori. This award for student leadership is an award that goes to a young man who started here in the 6th grade and has exemplified what a young middle school student should be like. He is a leader, he's an athlete, he's a quiet sort of a student. He's probably grown 15 inches since he's been here. I can't say enough about him. He's just a great role model for other kids to follow. I know he's going to have a great high school career. Gary Hilberkowski. At Long River, and the most distinguished award. And it goes to two students who know who they are already, because on Monday night of this past week, the Connecticut Association of Schools Scholar Leader Award Banquet was attended by their parents, Mr. Nuzzo and myself, and Mr. Pilot. And the two scholar leaders this year are Elizabeth Souza and Robert Jelly.
I'd like to request that you just hold your applause until we have all the members of the cross-country team come up. Mr. Mounts couldn't be here tonight, but I'm sure if he was here, he would say how proud he is of our cross-country team. They're a very, very successful team, great bunch of student athletes. I had the honor of coaching them only one day because Mr. Mounts couldn't make a meet, so I took the team to the meet for him. And just that one day was a great experience. They're a wonderful group, and they deserve all of the success that they've gotten. And it comes from hard work and dedication, which they all have. So I'm going to call up the team one by one, and you just hold your applause till we all get up here. That would be great. Mike Padovani. Adam Skiback. Brandon Sear. Judd Willinson. Tim Cronin. Jeff Derrick. Leslie Roberts. Terrence Finley. Randy Marcusio. And Lisa Nagy, our cross-country team, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd like to ask the class officers of 1999 to help me present the Bartman Award. I'm going to begin by honoring one of these class officers who has achieved the highest academic average in Spanish, and that is Rebecca Lucier.
For continuous outstanding effort in instrumental music.
Today's award goes to Mike Grillo.
For the student who exhibits high standards in both academic and performance areas in choral music.
The chorus award goes to Kelly Wells.
There have been many students who have done extremely well in art. Of those students, some stand out as exceptional. There is a rare God-given talent which we at Long River hope you will expand and pursue.
The art award goes to Tom Shelby.
Most outstanding and helpful student in industrial arts.
Scott Familia.
For continuous service and outstanding effort in the field of family and consumer science.
Goes to Carrie Ann Guerra.
Highest academic average in French.
Goes to Lauren Sears. At this time, the class officers are going to give out the Guidance Monitor Awards. Jeff Derrick's going to take over.
Each year, a group of 8th graders are selected and asked to assist the guidance department with a amount of paperwork surrounding high school children.
Ms. Hayes, Mr. DeForco, and Mrs. Williams would like to give our special thanks this year to our 6 hard-working cooperative guidance counselors.
Ashley Michaud.
Second person is Aaron Gershon.
Stephanie Tiganella.
Joe Stankus.
Michael Cleary.
And Shelley Sandora.
Okay, this time I would like to take a moment to recognize these 3 officers of the class of 1999. Without their time, effort, and assistance, the graduation activities would have been difficult to carry on. It is an honor for me to recognize these terrific leaders. I'd like to recognize Jeff Derrick. Okay, now I'd like to ask Mr. Bartman and Rachel Teston to come up and present these awards.
Rachel and Kylie are up here to present awards to the Computer Washington Assistants, National Junior Honor Society, and AP Assistants. It would be appreciated if everyone could hold their applause until all the organizations have been recognized. Thank you.
Good evening. I am the Administrative Assistant to Mr. Bartman. During the 1998-99 school year, I have had the pleasure to work with 4 school service organizations. Each of these organizations have contributed to Long River Middle School in many ways throughout the school year. They have run school dances, set up computers, organized the Washington trip, and raised money for the American Heart Association. The first organization that we would like to recognize is the Computer Assistants. I would like to call the student coordinators of the Computer Assistants, Randy Marcuccio and Stephen Ziga, to the podium to help us do this. The others who helped out with these coordinators are Michael Grillo, Jerry Miller, Rachel Slater, Timothy Marr, and Ryan Farrell. That we would like to recognize is the AP Assistants. I would like to call the student coordinators of the AP Assistants, Tim Cronin and Jennifer Jasinski, to help with the award. The other members of the AP Assistants are Jonathan Diaz, Lauren Shatnoff, Robert Sarmanifar, Melissa Lombardi, Leslie Roberts, Sharon Finley, and Dana Brunetti. The next organization that we would like to recognize is the National Junior Honor Society Officers. I would like to call the president of the 1998-99 National Junior Honor Society, Kelly Welch, to the podium to help with the award. Robert Rogelli, Robert Sarmanifar, Secretary, and Tasia Jones, Treasurer. That we would like to recognize are the Washington or Bus Assistants. I'd like all of those that went to Washington in April to raise their hands. These Washington trip assistants have worked tirelessly from last summer until the Washington trip in April to make sure that the trip was a successful trip. If it were not for their tireless hard work and dedication, the trip that each of you enjoyed would not have happened. I would like to call the student coordinator of the Washington Assistants, Kylie Riddick, to the podium to help us. Rebecca Farina, Adam Spivak, Melissa Pecora, and Kelly Welch. work into the Washington trip. Because of him, the 8th grade is able to take this great trip each year. We would like to thank you, Mr. Bartman, and present you with this gift as a token of our gratitude.
The final award this evening is to someone that has made substantial contributions to her classmates through her hard work and selfless dedication. Her endless energy and hard work helped organize everything from school dances to the Washington trip. I owe her a debt of gratitude for everything that she has helped us accomplish this year. For her distinguished service this year, I would like to award this plaque to Rachel Testa. Mr. Wanzi will present the Drama Awards.
In the spirit of the Emmys, the Grammys, and the Tonys, I would like to present the first annual Wanzi Awards, sponsored by the Long River Middle School Drama Club, to two students, a boy and a girl, for their outstanding performances in this year's production of Tom Sawyer. First, the award for Best Actress in a Middle School Musical. The award goes to a student in the role of Aunt Polly. This award is presented to Casey Jones. Second, the role of Best Actor in the musical. My proud privilege to present this award in his phenomenal role, Huckleberry Finn.
Next award is a Special Achievement Super Person Award, being presented to a student who has shown consistent effort in her 3 years here at Long River. This student has flourished through her motivation to succeed in her sense of pride in her accomplishments. She has lit up the school with her always happy and friendly demeanor and her sense of humor. This super person who has touched many hearts and has certainly left her mark on this school. The Special Achievement Super Person Award from the faculty, staff, and student body of Long River Middle School goes to Laurel Kenny.
This is not an award, it's a presentation. This is for a student, for a faculty member. Every year for the yearbook, we dedicate the yearbook just to a faculty member or somebody in the community that we respect. And you as students have decided that this was going to be the person dedicated to this year. Last year we dedicated to Mr. Ross. He was the recipient last year. The man that we chose for this year was a great person for our school, a good role model for every single student. There's no doubt in my mind that this man will go down as one of the greatest teachers at Long River. Unfortunately, right now he's basking in the sun of Florida, so he couldn't be here to receive his award. But Mr. Yasinski will receive the recipient for the dedication for this year's yearbook.
If you've had the pleasure of dropping off your high school students here at Long River just before 7 a.m. on any given day of the school year, you've no doubt seen Mr. Bartman arriving to start his day bright and early. Or maybe you've been here picking up your child after a game or for an after-school meeting, and you've noticed Mr. Bartman still plugging away at that week's project or finally leaving after his day. In addition to his duties as a teacher at Long River, Bruce Bartman has been a faculty advisor to the National Junior Honor Society for many years. He
and perhaps most notably, as you've already heard, is organized and directed the 8th grade Washington Air bus trip for many years as well. Just for your information, this year's trip involved 140 students, over 30 parents and teachers, as well as a share of illness and SNAP. Yet despite no sleep for at least one night, and the constant juggling to accommodate students who needed taxiing out of sick bay and back to the sightseeing, Bruce still found the time and energy to offer his thanks and support to those around him. In addition, Bruce can often be seen at a baseball game, at a PTO meeting, or perhaps chaperoning a student dance or attending a student nighttime activity just to help out. His commitment to our children is never ending. And so on behalf of the Long River Middle School PTO and all the students at Long River Middle School, past, present, and to come, we would like to honor Mr. Bruce Bartman for his dedication and hard work for our school and our region.
There are a couple more awards that need to be presented. These are some more plaque awards. And this award goes out to the student who has the highest academic average in Spanish. And I would like Rebecca Lucier, she's already on the stage, to be presented with this award. Also, Megan Brennan. Next award is the plaque award that goes out to the student for continuous and outstanding efforts in health. And this year, Mrs. Winterholder chose Johanna Fitzpatrick for this award. I'd like to ask two students to come up to the stage who have already been awarded their awards at the Beacon Falls Laurel Edge PTO, and this is Rachel Slada and Craig Amaro. These two students have received two PTO awards for academic achievement. This is given to two students who are from Beacon Falls and are graduating from Long River Middle School. Congratulations.
First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for coming tonight. I'd like to thank all the teachers and Ms. Frosty, Mr. Danello for their hard work putting this on. I'd like to say thank you to all the parents who have helped and assisted the students who actually tonight achieved and were recognized. And I'd like to for them to remember that the recognition and the achievements do not stop here. This is only one end of a path. And as of next Friday, you'll start a new journey, and you can achieve and be recognized more. Every day, you should raise the bar, your expectations of yourself and what you can do. Don't leave your dreams in the closet locked up. You need to raise the bar every day, because if you can, if you know you can, then you can. I'd like to invite everyone now. I'd like to thank, first of all, Mr. Pilot for being here, also Mr. Daigle for being here, Mary DeLay for being here, who weren't at the beginning, Mr. Byrne, who's also here somewhere, I saw him, and Dr. Lee for showing up tonight. This shows you the commitment of the region to recognize students and celebrate achievement. And I'd like to invite all of you now to the cafeteria for refreshments sponsored by the Long River Middle School PTO. And we're looking forward to all of you, seeing all of you at 7 o'clock a week from tomorrow for our graduation. Thank you very much.